Dímelo, dímelo, Corillo. Estamos aquí de vuelta en Sazón Deportivo, como siempre, poniéndole un poquito de sabor a tus deportes y con tu receta deportiva favorita. Este servidor Luis Meléndez con mi compañero Gabo. Dímelo, Gabo.
Dímelo, Luis. Hoy tenemos una mega entrevista. Tenemos a un caballero que de seguro, si usted ha estado monitoreando nuestro canal, ha sido, se puede decir, un colaborador no oficial de nuestro canal y sabemos que su historia va a ser de gran impacto, de mucho interés público. Así que tenemos al gran Sheldon Mac aquí con nosotros, quien está loco por expresar sobre su carrera aquí en el BCN.
Yo, Sheldon, what up, bro?
What up? What's going on?
We're really glad to have you here. Thanks for taking the time. I know the season already finished. You're probably crazy to go back to your family, see them. So I know that you're taking your time to be here with us. We thank you a lot. We're here live on YouTube. We're gonna have a great interview. We're gonna talk about all your career. Since you were probably since you fell in love with the game when you played college, NBA, and right now to the BSN. All the leagues you've been to, Venezuela, and all that. So let's go. Let's get started with it. When did you fall in love with the game? You know that everybody has their story, like, oh, my grandpa or my dad, whatever, or I just found the ball.
I fell in love with basketball when I was probably 4 or 5 years old. I just picked up a basketball in the backyard. I think my mom had it laying around probably, and I just fell in love with it ever since, man. Just shooting the ball through, whatever type of. I just made a basket out of anything. I don't care what it was, like a
Like,
Walmart basket.
Did you use the milk cartons?
Yeah, the milk cart, because growing up, like, we didn't always have a basketball goal. Like, my mom was a single mom. I was the only child, so I had to find a lot of things and do a lot of things on my own and find out the hard way. So anything I can have with an open basket, an open hole,
thing.
I'll just shoot it, and that's when I fell in love with the game.
Bro, like, the game has given you so much, obviously, from those humble beginnings, shooting in anything you could find. What are some of the lessons that basketball has given you throughout the years?
Just not to take anything for granted, man. Like you said, like, this game has changed my life. It's gave me things that I never thought I would have before. It's opened up doors that I never thought would open before. And you just gotta be blessed and thankful for the situations, whether it's good or bad, whatever you go through. That it can change your life. No matter how long it might take. It might take a year. It might take a couple months. It might take a couple weeks. Everybody's path is different. But you just gotta stay. You gotta trust the process, like the 76ers say. You gotta trust the process, and everything will work out, man. But for me personally, this game has changed my life. It's opened up doors that's, like I said, that I never thought would open up before. So I'm blessed and thankful, man. Whether it's good or bad, I'm just enjoying the experiences.
When you were growing up, when was like the first time that you thought to yourself, like, I can make this into a career? I'm good enough to make it as a pro in basketball.
I would say high school was the first time I thought to myself, like, damn, I can really make a living off this sport. I think middle school I was good, but I didn't really take the game serious. You're still having fun in middle school, thing like that. Once you get to high school, it's kind of like, all right, now I gotta, like, tighten up. I see I can take this game to the next level, and that's when I finally realized that I can, make a career out of this game, and that's what I did. My coach put me in a great position to be recruited by a lot of colleges, and I ended up going to the University of Texas. So after that, the rest was history, man. I just leaned on this game because it's given me so much, and I'm just thankful for it all.
You played in the Big 12, when you played in the University of Texas, and you had 2 really good years in Texas. You averaged 11.3 points in your freshman year and 13.5 in your sophomore year before you transferred to Miami. What can you tell us about that college experience in Texas and Miami both? Because you were really a standout player in both. You in Miami, you scored 14.5 points and 16.3 points. After you had to redshirt your first year in Miami because of the transfer rules and all that. That all that changed right now. Like, if you transfer your first time, you don't have to spend a year waiting. So what was it for you, like, that college experience, NCAA Division I? probably when you were growing up, that was one of your goals. Like I want to be, a Division 1 player. Be one of those big guys that you see in those big schools.
Um, it was fun, man. My first year, well, coming out of high school, I'm from Houston, Texas. In case anybody don't know, so I wanted to go to the best school, the best college in Texas. Obviously, that's the University of Texas.
Sure
Yeah.
thing.
Then you got Texas A&M, and then whoever come after that.
Exactly.
So I committed to Texas in high school my junior year, I think. My junior year, I committed. So I was dedicated to those guys, and I got there, and like you said, I had a good year, a decent year, 11 points, and I came off the bench.
Exactly.
Yeah,
If you score 11 points
in
at
college.
in college at Kentucky or Duke or wherever, you're a lottery pick.
Yeah,
Literally.
Like you're a
Yeah,
lottery
that's
pick.
true. That's
literally.
fact.
for real.
So but I knew that draft class was. I think that draft class was like Trey Burke draft class. It was a
Yeah,
lot of,
isn't that the Anthony Davis draft class?
nah.
11, 12.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, it was like AD,
Either the draft class
Michael
was,
Carey.
it was loaded.
Yeah,
It was
Michael
loaded.
Kidd
So I wasn't
Gilchrist.
expecting to go to the draft or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be realistic.
Yeah, realistic.
Yeah,
in
sure.
these situations you have in life. So,
Yeah, you want like the best chance of being drafted in the first round because it's like it's a secured contract. If you're drafted in the second round, the contract's not like it's not fully guaranteed.
right.
Exactly.
Right,
But
so-
what was that reason? Because you're from Texas, you're a Longhorn. Maybe that's like the dream for many basketball players at Texas. Why did you thought the move to Miami was going to be a good idea? What were you looking for in that transfer?
Oh well, like I said, my first year went good. I averaged 11 points off the bench. My second year, I averaged 13. One thing I will say when I was at Texas is I didn't play hard all the time.
Okay.
I'm always honest with myself, man. I'm an honest player. I'm an honest person, on and off the court, and I didn't play as hard as I could every game, even though I had the talent. And it was just some personal things that I felt like the coach Rick Barnes had with me, and I didn't feel comfortable with some of the things he said with me. I
Okay.
felt like they was personal, so I wanted to change it. I wanted to
Change
change
the
the
scenery.
Yeah, like it's the difference between like good criticism and bad criticism. Like I need motivational criticism.
Exactly. To know the intent behind that.
Yeah, I don't like like the coaches that talk down on players. It doesn't motivate me to want to do better.
Okay.
The things he was saying to me, it was like it would tear me down, and even my teammates realized it and things like that. My whole recruiting class transferred. Like Sterling Gibbs, Jalen Bond, Michael Bongo went to the draft. I transferred. Julian Lewis transferred. So my whole recruiting class transferred. So we all felt the same way.
Exactly.
So I knew I wasn't crazy. I wasn't the only one experiencing what I was experiencing. So once I decided to transfer and Angel decided to transfer, I played against him in the Big 12.
Okay.
I'm talking about Angel from Bayamon, in case everybody don't know. We played against each other in the Big 12. So once he decided to transfer, I think I DM'd him on Instagram, and I was like, "Yo, let's hook up, and let's potentially go to the same school together." And we had a convo, and we took a visit on the same weekend, and the rest was history. So that's how that started, and the Miami route it changed my career.
In what sense did you feel like it changed it? It gave you a sense of identity as a ball player,
Yeah,
you might say?
it changed my identity for sure. Like I said, like when I was at Texas, I didn't always play hard,
Okay.
but once I got to Miami, the coaching staff, the organization, they gave me the confidence and the belief that like it just made me want to do even more for the team, want to do even more for the organization. So I changed my whole ways. And another thing I will say is my work ethic wasn't always like it is now when I first got to college. But when I got to Miami, I changed that because I had to sit out a year with Angel, and all we did was work out and practice against the players that was there.
Okay.
Ryan Brown, Tanya Jakiri, some other guys you guys probably don't know, but that's when my work ethic really took place, and it got real. So I just changed my whole career there, man. And Coach L is as y'all see, he's a great coach, great person, even better person off the court, which is most importantly. He just teaches you about everything, like how to be a man, how to handle certain things off the court, and those things will help you on the court as well. So that was the best move for me back in my career was transferring to Miami because it just changed my whole name, changed my whole identity. You know, more scouts was looking at me and things like that. So that was the best move for me.
That was what I wanted to know. The move to Miami, obviously, it gave you a whole sense of perspective and a newfound, not a newfound love for the game, but a new way to like live your life through it. Did that motivate you, or did that give you a glimpse like maybe I have a legitimate shot at going pro, maybe NBA?
Yeah, no, most definitely, man. At Texas, I didn't even think about the NBA, honestly. Obviously, that's where I wanted to go, but it wasn't on my mind because I knew I didn't have the right people in my corner
Okay.
in that organization. So once I got to Miami, I knew I had the right people in my corner that was going to lead me in the right direction to get to the next level. They gave me the confidence, they gave me the self-esteem, they gave me everything that I needed to be who I am on and off the court. And the rest was history, man. I got a chance. I didn't get drafted because I was a quote unquote senior. You know, the NBA don't like old guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it real. And right after the draft, I got picked up. I got called by the Wizards. My agent called me, so I had to make the team. I had to do everything the hard way, man. Everything I ever had to do in my career was the hard way.
Yeah, nothing was given. You know, you had to earn everything.
Nothing was given. That's why you gotta respect it, bro.
Exactly.
You gotta respect
exactly.
everything. I had to make the team, like literally make the team against John Wall, Bradley Beal, Otto Porter.
That's a tough group.
All these guys, and I held my own. You know, like so me personally, everybody bleed red.
Yeah.
You know, so I didn't go in there, you know, scared of whoever because they make this certain amount of money or they are who they are. You got to go in there with that dog mentality if you want to make the team. So that's what I wanted to be. I made the team. Unfortunately, I got injured, and you know, it just took a while to come back, and I just got older and older and older. So that led me to a different route.
Yeah, like you said, you know, like the college route. If you spend 4 years in college, or in your case 5 years because of your redshirt year, you're old. But that's now. Before, all the players used to spend 4 years in college.
Yeah.
You know, like you watch Kareem, you watch Jordan. They stayed more than 2 seasons in college, and they still were top picks. You know, it's now that they're like, oh, if we can get them young and get them like in our system, and make them be the player we want them to be. But age is really relative. If you have the grind, if you have the motivation, you can make it in the league and you can make a name for yourself. Right now, like in Puerto Rico, we have an example in Jose Alvarado.
Yeah.
GTA, Grand Theft Alvarado, everybody knows him. He grind. He was an older player. He wasn't drafted, but he made the team and he made his mark. So, it's with some players, taking them young can be a problem because if you're not developed enough, mentally, the problem's mentally, not physically. You can be 19 years old and look like you're a 30-year-old man, but if you have the mindset of a 17-year-old, being 19, you're gonna be a bust probably because you're not gonna have the work ethic to be a pro. If you've spent 4 years in college, you have that work ethic.
Yeah.
You have to take classes. Plus you have to go to workouts and you have to go to games, and you know what it is to sacrifice. Not like if you're 19, you only spend 1 year in college, probably taking the easiest classes you can. You probably don't even probably don't even go to class, and you're partying all around. You're gonna take that to the NBA, and when you get to the pros, you're gonna have way more money that you are gonna know to do with, and you're gonna end up being a bust, flaming out of the league. Probably there's like that's why I admire my favorite player is LeBron James, and I admire him because he came in from high school with a bunch of expectations. They throw hundreds of millions of dollars his way, and he knew how to be a pro. He knew that, okay, I'm young, but I have to make this work. If I make this work, my family's set for life.
Right.
But if I only, get my first contract and don't do anything else, just go party with friends, I'm going to go broke. And my family's going to be in the same spot it was when I was a little kid. So
it requires a lot of maturity by the part of the ball player. But Sheldon, your first year, you had to play a lot of different roles. Obviously, you got into a team that at the guard spot was very competitive. Like you said, you had John Wall, Bradley Beal. But later on in the season, Beal got hurt. You had to start a couple of games.
Oh, yeah.
So how was that transition? Did you feel at the time that you were ready to maximize those opportunities, and felt like if the coach gives me this shot, which you had, were you ready for that? To
I was
assume
ready.
that.
I was beyond ready, man. I'm talking about. I'm about to be right behind Bradley Beal, like coming in to sub for him.
Yeah.
I'm ready, man. But I started a couple games. Started in Chicago against Jimmy Butler, Dwayne Wade. I had my career high. I had like 18 points, even though we lost. But at that stage, bro, you want to win the game.
Sure
but
thing.
At that stage, you just want to prove you belong.
Yeah, and you
Like,
want people to notice you.
Yeah, you got to. You got. At the
And you
NBA
have to go
level,
to the madhouse at Chicago to do that, play against a
Yeah.
future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, you gotta prove you belong, man. That's the only way you can stick in that league. It's
Yeah,
a
I'm
tough
playing
league.
against Jimmy Buckets. That we know that he's a defensive player
Yep.
first.
Yeah.
First and foremost. Now he's more well rounded. But when his first years, he was looked at as a defensive player. And that year they had Rajon Rondo. They had
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade. So they have three guards that are really defensive too, defensive minded. So you had to go against those guys and you had to score some buckets on them, and you did. You scored 18 points. How did it felt? You probably grew up watching Dwayne Wade. That's probably the oldest of them. What did it felt to just go there and be like, D Wade, I've seen you since I was like a teenager, but I'm gonna score some buckets in your face.
Yeah, it felt good, man. And D Wade came to a couple. I think D Wade came to the game with Kobe at Miami. They came to a game. We played Duke. I got the picture on my Instagram. They came to a game and played Duke, so he already knew about me, and so I'm sure he already knew. This guy's kind of good. You know what I'm saying? So, but it felt good to get buckets at that level against two Hall of Famers. So, and personally for me, I'm just trying to keep a job.
Sure thing.
At that,
Yeah, you're
at that
scrapping.
level, yeah, like you just want. I'm telling you, bro. Like you got to prove yourself each and every night, every time you step on the court, and it's so tough because you never know when your name's gonna be called. Even if somebody else is hurt, you never know when your name's gonna be called. So you got to be ready all 82 games, knowing most likely you're not gonna play, but
Yeah.
you don't know which game they're gonna call you for. So you got to be a professional. You got to be mentally ready to play every game. So, but I feel like I did good, man. I was ready. I just had an unfortunate injury against LeBron, in the Cavaliers. Which in that game I was going to work. I had like a quick 9 points. Seti Osman couldn't guard me. So I was doing good, man. I just had an unfortunate injury, and that set me back a couple. I think 2 years. Achilles injury is tough to come back.
It's tough to come back, yeah.
And I didn't know it was different levels of tearing your Achilles. Like I tore my Achilles in two parts. So
Exactly.
basically
That's what I read.
Yeah, basically they told me I tore it 2 years in a row. That's how bad it was. So it took me a longer time to get back. And as you coming back, you still getting older. Like your birthday coming up.
Yeah.
You're getting a year older. NBA don't like that, and they feel like you're done. Or whatever, and I went to the G League. I did well. Actually, I got back into the NBA with the Cavaliers. I got a 10.
Yeah, with Cleveland. Yeah, you got a 10-day. You got a 10-day.
I got back into the NBA with the Cavaliers. They didn't give me a chance, and they wasn't that good.
It's just, and we can't ignore the fact that you're in a very competitive spot also, because the 2 and the 3 are very tough position to gain a roster spot for that. But a lot of people, and I want you to take the time to emphasize in this, because a lot of people forget that professional athletes are also human beings and the importance of mental health. Someone like you that you just told us you had to fight and claw your way into everything, into a good NCAA program, now to the big leagues, we might say, in that way, the NBA. Then you have that unfortunate injury. How tough was it for you mentally and to try to keep your head up? Because it's like, man, I had to go through a lot of shit to get here. Now I got this injury, and like you described, it's like 2 torn Achilles, not just 1, 2. And to stay positive, I have to keep working because I don't know if I might get another shot. And if I do, I have to be ready for that.
Oh, it was tough, man. I remember the day I tore my Achilles. I was crying in the shower because I knew that was probably as close a chance I was gonna get to have
a full-time contract.
Yeah, I was on my 2nd year, and that injury happened, so that hurt, and I knew it was gonna take at least a year to come back from, and it took even longer than that. So, and I'm like, I know I'm gonna get older, and the window is only so short for the NBA.
Exactly.
Man. Like it's short, especially
it's like a glimpse.
Especially when you undrafted.
All that.
When you undrafted, it's tough. for you to even make an NBA team.
Yeah, because
let alone stick in it.
when they pick you in the lottery or something, they're invested. They're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
we took this guy in the lottery. We have to give him chances.
They
you
have
know?
a little more patience.
Yeah,
For them.
Yeah.
but when
No
you're in
patience for
draft,
undrafted
yeah, they're like, nah, if you don't work, we just cut you and bring another guy.
Yes.
That's true. And like you're going through an injury that only we could probably say only two players have ever come back from that injury that you can say, okay, they're good, they're still great, and it's Dominic Wilkins and KD.
Yeah, KD.
Those are the only two guys that after a torn Achilles, we've seen return and make an impact. Because right now Boogie, he's playing over here in the VSN, and the torn Achilles was practically the end of his career. They gave him contracts, but they didn't give him a chance for real. And like every other player we've seen turn the Achilles, Kobe. Everybody loved Kobe. I hated him because he was so good, but yeah, I had to say the truth.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, I was like,
That's my favorite player.
I was like, he's so good that I have to hate him. But after he retired, I had a lot of respect for him.
Dude, I was a D
And-
Wade fan. I can't be a Kobe.
Yeah,
fan.
for
Nah,
real.
He hit the game winner, that bank shot 3 on one leg. I can't be
Yeah,
a
you
fan
can't
of
be
him, man.
That's my favorite player all the time. That's another reason why I picked the
I,
basketball.
I always wanted to see the finals, LeBron and Kobe, because
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
a
that
LeBron
would've been-
fan. I was
that
crazy
would've
for
been
that.
tough.
And like we all saw Kobe after he tore his Achilles, how his career went downhill, and it was sad because we all knew who Kobe was and what Kobe gave on the court, and seeing that his body just
Was
couldn't
giving
keep
on
up
him.
with
Yeah.
what he wanted to do. It was sad, it was sad. And obviously Kobe retired with a 60 piece, and you're Mr. 60 piece here in the VSN.
We have to talk about that.
yeah,
Like,
for
we
real.
have
We
to.
can get into that.
and like he retired with a 60 piece, and that's awesome. But at the same time, knowing that he could have, had way more in the tank, and he could have competed way more if he didn't have that
Yeah,
injury,
he deserved
was
better.
really sad,
Sure.
And like right now, we can say the same with you. Like it's a what if, what if you didn't got injury? You could probably still be in the league, because like Gabo said, the 2 and 3 spots right now. If you're a 3 and D wing, you have a spot in the league, and you're a shooter, and you guard. You're tall, you have length. You could have been playing right now. If they only gave you a chance, and it's tough. And 2 years having to go through that rehab. Like Gabriel said, the mental health side of it. You probably watching the hours and the days and the years click away. It's tough as hell.
Yeah, you got to be, I guess, like I said, mentally tough. But a lot of situations with the NBA, it's all about situations. Like it's all about who give you the chance. Look at Gabe Vincent from Miami. Nobody
Yeah.
knew who he was. I played against him in G League. always knew he was good. He was a good shooter, but nobody gave him a chance in the NBA. Now look at him, like he's like worldwide known. He's a great player. A lot of teams want him now. So it's all about opportunities and giving the right chance at the right moment with the NBA, bro. It's tough.
Yeah, it's like playing Russian roulette. Like
Not for it.
you can get the opportunity, and you can just get cut. They'll be like, oh, no, next guy.
Yep.
So it's tough, being undrafted and having to go to that grind. But that grind build your character up to the player you are right now. And just because people have to understand, just because you didn't make the NBA doesn't mean that you are not a great basketball player. You've had a great career, overseas. You've played in Venezuela. You've played here in Puerto Rico, for 2 years in a row. People have to understand that there's levels to everything. There's levels to everything, and to to basketball, there's levels. Because like we have a bunch of players. Like one of our greatest players, Jose Pigolin Ortiz. He was drafted by the NBA. He was cut from the NBA, and he is regarded by all of Puerto Rico probably as the greatest Puerto Rican player of all time. And he helped Puerto Rico beat USA, the Dream Team, in the 2004 Olympics. So he didn't play. He wasn't an NBA standout. He used to play in Greece. He used to play it in different parts of Europe. But he was a great player when it comes to international ball.
Right.
You were playing against the best of all of the whole world, and he still, got buckets.
Yeah. I remember when I was in the NBA, man, I thought I told myself, I told my peers, I told my friends, my family, like, I'll never play overseas. I told myself that, like, not knowing that you can have an injury at any point, and that could change your career. But besides that, I just told myself that I would never play overseas because the NBA is where I always want to play. But me personally, I always thought that, if you're not playing in the NBA, then you're really not that good. But it's not. It's not true.
No, it's not
Exactly.
true. Yeah.
It's not true. Like, and you can only keep knocking on the NBA doors
So much.
long. That's why I tell a lot of players that's growing up now, like, if you're young, you can keep knocking on the door, but the older you get, you gotta go.
You gotta accept it.
You gotta go where you loved, where you appreciated, where they believe in you, where they give you an opportunity, where you can make money and provide for yourself and your family. So that's what it's all
and you
about.
play with Angel that, he had it tough because he's an undersized guard, so he obviously knew that his opportunity in the NBA, if he was ever going to get one, it was going to be really, really, really tight. So he made a career for himself playing overseas, and it's like you said, it's not that Angel was bad. It's just that, you have to, the NBA is not only about talent, it's about opportunities. And if, your opportunity didn't came, you just can't live with it. You just can't live trying. And like you said, you want to provide for your family. You guys have families, you guys have parents, you guys have sons, daughters, and, you can make a lot of money playing overseas and provide for your family. Another player here in the VSN is Walter Hutch, he never tried to go NBA, and he has said it in different interviews that it was because of the money. He was like, I had to go play G League or to go to the training camps, and when I was getting offers that made more money, way more money in the overseas. So he, since day one, he said, "Nah, I'm gonna provide for my family."
Yeah, I mean, it's common sense for me.
Exactly.
The older you get, you'll understand
Yeah.
it. Like, the
You just
younger
got to look at your options and figure out what's best for you and your
Yeah.
family. And like you said, you kind of like, it's a love relationship both sides. Like when you went to play overseas and you got here, you've stated clearly that you love playing here, and the fan base has shown a lot of love towards you. I want to talk about your first stint here, that short stint with the Athletics. How was that? Did you expect to get a call? Did you ever see yourself playing in Puerto Rico? And then how was it to have that first taste of the basketball league here?
I always heard about the Puerto Rican league, but I never wanted to like test. Me honestly, I always thought it was trash. I'm just being honest. I thought it was like, I just thought the level of competition wasn't as high. Like, they didn't pay enough, so I didn't really think too much about it. And then as my choices start narrowing down, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to
give it a shot.
Yeah, I might give Puerto Rico a shot. And my agent called me and said San Germán wanted me, and I went there, and my first game was against Ponce, and the atmosphere was crazy. Obviously, y'all know it. It's San Germán.
Yeah.
San Germán and Ponce,
The gym is small. Like, the out of bounds line is right there.
You feel like the crowd's right here
Yeah,
at the
Yeah, but I loved it, man. Like, San Germán, to me, they got the best fans in the BSN. I think so, me personally.
Yeah.
We finally got the ballers' perspective because we've debated about it. We said, I think San Germán has the best fan base.
Yeah.
But
I think so.
we're not in there. We're not
playing. We don't know. We don't know the trash talk they talk to you when you're an opponent, and we don't know the cheers they give you when you're.
I think it's San Germán and Bayamón. Because San Germán fans, they travel too.
Yeah,
exactly.
They travel, yeah,
you gotta
for real.
The fans that travel, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was good, man. I created a fan base my first game here, and my contract was only for 2 weeks until Nate Mason got there, so I already knew that I had to pack my bags and leave.
Okay.
Even though I played well, a lot of people didn't know that. They thought
It was like 4 games, right?
Yeah,
I got 5 games here.
5 games.
Five
yeah,
games.
5
I
games.
think it was 4 or 5, and then Nate Mason came back from China, so
5 games, but you averaged 22 points, 90% from the free throw line, 56% from the field. You had 5. It was a short stint, but it was a very effective.
it was definitely a pretty good stint.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a pretty good stint.
After that, you got a call from Carolina, from the Gigantes of Carolina, and you played a great season. At the end of the season, you were a MVP runner-up, and you obviously thought you deserved it. You had the numbers to back it up. The team had the record to back it up too. Walter Hutch was the MVP that year with Arecibo. how was that stint? That first year with Carolina. The fans, how they treated you. What do you, after the season ended? Obviously, you made your thoughts very vocal that you thought you were the MVP. And you had that in mind. How was that experience?
Oh, it was love. It was love. I almost moved to Puerto Rico when I got to Carolina. The fans, man, the first couple of games, I won them over, and it was like the best feeling in the world. And as the season went along, and they started seeing the team chemistry and how we was winning and how we was gelling, and my fan base just kept growing and growing, and I'm getting MVP chants on the road in other people arenas.
Yeah.
So it was love, man. And at home, obviously, they showed them the most love, and I was like, man, this is the most like love and affection I ever had as a player anywhere professionally. Like, I mean, the NBA you'll get love, but I wasn't playing, so I played here and there, but I wasn't playing here. Like, I'm the guy.
Exactly.
They lean on me. They expect me to do this. They expect me to do that. They're showing me love, whether I do bad or good, and that's why I build. I feel like that's why I build my Puerto Rican name. When I first got to Carolina, man. So it was love my first year, man, and I didn't want to leave. Like, I thought I was gonna retire in Carolina, but obviously, going into the second year, some things happened, and now I'm with Monty.
And when the year ended, like the MVP, like you said it, the chat the in the opposing courts they were chanting MVP, in the home court they were chanting MVP. Like, well, do you think you had it in the bag? Like you said, like, I have this MVP in the bag.
Um, kind of not really because I think Walter had the best. I think he was number one. His team was the best.
Yeah, the best
Best
record.
record.
Yes.
So I felt like they leaned towards like the winning team. I think we had a losing record or something like that, but I wasn't surprised they gave it to Walter because his team was winning, but I definitely felt like I should have won it. I should have won MVP. I had a spectacular year. Like I think Carolina started off the season 0 and whatever, 0-7, and we eventually made the playoffs after like a 0-7 or 0-8 start. So I felt like I was the MVP. But
Yeah, and you had a lot more hurdles that you had to cross. Like,
oh yeah, it was
Waters and Condit, they integrated really late in the season. The team wasn't complete when you got there. You were with scraps practically before everybody integrated into the team. So you definitely had like a harder road to get to the playoffs. So
But
you
you
know,
you were Mr. Efficiency. I'm seeing your
Mr.
stats.
Efficiency.
Yeah.
Very efficient, and people be like, "Oh, all you do is score," but I'm not just jacking shots. Like,
Exactly.
I'm not just coming down 1-on-1 because I'm an import or because I am who I am and just shooting whatever. Like,
Exactly.
I'm taking good shots. Like,
You shot 56% from the field. That screams out taking good shots. There's
yeah,
no way you
I've
shoot
been doing that.
56.
I've been doing that my whole career. I'm talking about since high school, college. You can ask Coach L. Like, I'm like top 5 in the Big 12. I mean, in the ACC for like percentages ever. So like, I don't really take bad shots. Every now and then I might, go 1-on-1 and,
Sure thing.
but I play the right way. If somebody open, I pass them the ball. If somebody score, I'm looking to get them open again. I want to run the same play for whoever just scored. Like, I'm all about winning, man. I don't care about numbers or anything like that. The older you get, man, it's not about numbers, man. Like,
Exactly.
that's winning. Yeah, that's about
it's
championships.
it's winning. Nobody's gonna really reward you for numbers. Like, they reward you for winning. They remember you by winning. So
Yeah, and like they say, winning cures everything.
Exactly.
If you win, doesn't matter what
It's all about
happens.
the dubs.
Yeah, it's all
Doesn't
about
matter.
the dubs.
we all celebrating the same thing. If you drop whatever 35 and y'all lose, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be like, oh, he dropped 35, but they lost.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now if you drop 24 and the team wins, they'll be like, Sheldon Mac was an important part of that win.
Yeah, I'd rather score 20 points or 18, whatever, like, and win than score 36 points and 37 points and lose.
Yeah.
So it's all about the right mindset.
And then we go to your second BSN season. You started off with Carolina, midpoint of the season. It was midpoint,
Yeah.
like 14 games, something like that.
Let me check
you
over here.
you ended
It was shorter.
Nah,
Shorter.
only
5
played-
games.
Only played 4 games. Or
5 games says
5
here.
games with Carolina.
Oh yeah,
5
so-
games, and then
well, you played 5, but you were injured, so you were with the team like for a couple
Oh, you
more weeks.
saying with
Like,
the team? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so it was like to half
Exa-
season
Okay,
maybe
yeah.
14 something.
Yeah, you mean that way?
And you went to Manatí. Obviously, like things happen in Carolina, like you said. If you want to talk about it, you can say whatever you want to say about what happened there, and then how was it when you got to Manatí, and how the fans and the organization treated you.
Um. Okay, so my second year with Carolina, first game we played Santurce, we won. Hit the buzzer beater. Played Santurce again, we won. So we 2-0. Everything's rocking. Everything's
Life's
good.
good.
I remember those two
Everything-
games because I remember watching oh shit man, I don't remember the podcast right now, but Corti he was
My guy.
Yeah.
Corti, and
Nah,
he has
Cordy,
a
man, that's my
yeah,
guy.
he has a podcast with
Yeah.
with Trainer. Well, I saw their podcast, and Corti told Trainer, he was like, the when the season starts, Trainer's a Santurce fan. He told him like, the first 2 games you have L's. You're gonna get L's, and they were like debating about it, and like after I saw the 2 games, I was like, damn, Corti, he was right, he was
Yeah.
right. They got
Nailed it.
2
He nailed
dubs.
Yeah, so we started off 2-0, man, and George not there, Trey's not there. So I'm like, okay. I mean, it's early in the season. Nobody's really hyped.
Exactly.
That is, if you really know basketball, like it don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
But obviously, we're going in the right direction without, we ain't got Trey yet. We don't have George yet. So I think we played Bayamon in the third game. We lost that game. And then the fourth game we played at Mayagüez, I think. I think it was the fourth game. That's why I got hurt. That's why I had the bone spur in my heel, and it flared up, and I was out for 2 weeks. And I got a phone call from Hector, and he told me, we're gonna bring Victor Rugg to replace you until you get back.
Okay.
And when you're ready to come back, let me know. I said, okay, cool.
Sure, he's guaranteeing your spot.
Right.
Okay.
He said, let me know when you're ready to come back. And that was it. So I got hurt April 1st. On April 15th, I was ready. And remind you, leading up to this April 15th day of I think we played San Germán that game. I texted the coach like, I'm ready to play tonight. I'm ready to go. I'm feeling good or whatever. And he was like, no, we're gonna give it. I want to see you. I want to see how you look in practice. Even though I was ready to play, I was warming up. Crowd buzzing. They kind of thinking I'm gonna play. I'm thinking myself I'm gonna play, but he told me not to play. I'm like, all right, cool. I don't want to distract nobody. I don't want to distract the team. I want to let them focus.
Okay.
So I didn't play that game against San Herman, and I wanted to play that game because that's my old team. Anyway, so I think we lost that game. The next couple of practices, I'm practicing, and they want to see if I'm back or not. So I'm like, okay, cool. Even though I already told y'all I'm ready to come back, that I'm ready to go, I'll prove to y'all in practice that I'm ready to go and that I'm healthy. So I'm in practice and I'm killing. I'm talking about killing. I'm talking my shit. I'm doing whatever. Like
You were having
can
like one of those Jimmy buckets in Minnesota
I'm
practices.
having one of my 60-point games in practice. Like, I'm killing.
Okay.
I'm the everybody's looking and everybody's watching. So, I got cleared. I actually got cleared by the trainer of Carolina, and they brought another guy who was I guess he was a doctor or whatever, and he didn't come to no practices. He didn't watch me play in practice or nothing. He just came, and after practice he did like this little hopscotch test thing. Remind you, I have a bone spur in my foot, but I'm able to play through it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so he did this hopscotch test, and of course, after practice, it's always sore. Even when I've been playing with Manatee, it's always sore at the practice. But I can play. I'm able to play. I'm healthy and I'm able to play, but it's always sore. I just gotta ice it, and I'm done. And he did this hopscotch test where I hop on one foot. But for me, that's like, I'm like, when do I ever do that in a game?
In a game,
you know what
exactly.
I'm saying? Like, He got me hopping this way, then hopping
How
this
is that
way.
a natural basketball movement?
Yeah, it's not basketball related. And you haven't came to no practice. You haven't seen how I look in practice. You haven't seen how I move. You know what I'm saying? So he told them that I wasn't clear, even though the trainer already cleared me. So that was confusion number one. So a couple of days go by, and after the trainer cleared me, I'm still practicing. I'm still proving that I'm ready. Now they're saying that I only took jump shots in practice, or I only took layups in practice. I'm like, okay, now it's getting out of control. Now it's getting scary because I'm telling y'all I'm ready to come back, and I'm proving to y'all that I'm back. And it seems like the coaching staff, the general managers, they wouldn't let me come back. So at this point, I'm getting
Okay.
nervous because it's looking like y'all don't want me to come back. And a couple more days go by. I'll call Hector like I'm ready. And he was me personally, I knew that there's only 2 imports. Only 2 imports can be on the team. Well, 3 imports can be on the team, but only 2 can play.
Okay.
So at this time I'm telling them I'm ready to come back. I feel like they told the other imports that they, can play a certain amount of games. And if that was the case, then y'all should have just told me straight up. And I would have been better off with that instead of making up excuses as to why I'm not able to play, which is not true. So, I mean, that's what it was, man. It was just...
Yeah, it was lack of communication. If they told you, we told Victor he was gonna play X amount of games, you would have said, okay, I'm gonna take those games to, still get better,
Yep.
heal 100%, but you only wanted clarity.
Yep. And after one practice, I'm hearing the head coach talk about the future plans and how they're gonna play this way and how they're gonna play this way with certain guys. And I'm not hearing my name. So if I'm not hearing my name, I'm getting a little worried because I feel like I'm not part of the team now.
Okay.
Like I feel like I'm excluded. Like I'm in the back just chilling by myself. So that's when I made my post and I told, because the fans worrying, everybody's worrying.
Everybody's
like, when is Mac
asking,
coming
yeah.
back? It's been 2 weeks now, and I haven't been back yet. So that's when I made the post and said, "Yo, I got hurt April 1st. I've been ready to play since April 15th. So y'all do what y'all want with the info." That's when my agent got a phone call from Hector, and he said, I asked for my release because at this point it's like y'all not letting me play. I came to Puerto Rico to play basketball, not to have fun, not to party or
Vacation
whatever.
or something.
I came to play. So if I say, I'm ready to play, then it shouldn't be no, what I'm saying, it shouldn't be no convo about nothing. If I'm ready to play, I'm ready to play. You told me to let you know when I'm ready to come back and play. I'm letting you know. And you seen me in practice, and you seen I look good, and I got cleared by the trainer, and she does weekly reports on the players every day of how they look in practice, the progress, so they know how I'm doing. That's why it was just foolery to me, and it wasn't the right thing. The things they said about me, and I also got a phone call from my agent saying after I asked for my release, that the organization was going to talk bad about me and tarnish my name on purpose. That's what a lot of people don't know. So once he did that, I'm like, yo, is he really going to do that? After I asked him he's mad, I asked for my release, and he told my agent on the phone that he was going to talk bad about my name and give me a bad name in Puerto Rico. One thing I learned about in Puerto Rico is when Puerto Rican people don't get their way, they'll do anything to make themselves look good, and they'll say anything. So once he did that and came out with that interview after the game, which I've never seen the general manager come out and do an interview after the game. That's how I know it was planned. So, like, that really stuck with me. Like, I really stand on loyalty and pure intentions. So, like, for you to go out there and say those things that you said, that I wasn't about the team, that I was selfish, or whatever you said, those things wasn't true. And that'll always stick with me, and I'll never forgive none of them for that. That's just how I am personally. That's how I was raised. If you try to tarnish my name, you try to affect how I feed myself, my family, or anything like that, that's personal to me. So I can never forgive you for that, and I can never go back there. So that's where the drama really hit. That's where the drama really hit. I feel like that was personal. I didn't feel like that is personal to me. So, anytime somebody trying to damage my name or throw me under the bus or anything like that, then it's history.
That's tough because they tried to create a narrative that based on some facts that they say that that's what occurred. And what did you thought after that whole drama exploded? Did you feel like you had another shot at the BSN, or were you worried that things might have gone the wrong way and we might not see Sheldon Mac again in a BSN court?
I wasn't really worried. The same day I left them, I played a game for another team.
Yeah, we
Okay. But
wait, wait.
at the
The same
moment,
day.
at the
Were
moment
you
when
were you
that
at the game
happened,
with me, Gabo? Or no? I think
no,
you
I
weren't.
don't
I
think
was
so.
in the game. I was in
No.
the game. I was like watching the Instagram, and I was like, "Yo, wait, like Sheldon just signed with Manatí," and suddenly I'm in the game, and I think it was halfway through the first quarter. I see you sit on the bench, and I'm like with Jonathan. I'm with Jonathan. Shout out to Jonathan.
That was quick.
Yeah, and I was like, Jonathan, is that Sheldon Mac in the? Yeah, he was like, that is Sheldon Mac, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, he just signed.
I wasn't
Because
really
that was
worried.
extremely quick. That's what I was asking you, because these things don't tend to happen that quick. Like, you get a forceful release, we might say, from the Giants, and then not even just a couple hours and you're already signing with a new team. But that's not the tendency. So at that brief little moment where you technically weren't a member of the team, was there a legitimate concern over that? Or did you know, I think I made a point and somebody's got to pick me up?
No, I wasn't really worried, honestly. Not to be cocky or anything like that. I knew I
Or
had a chance.
you were sure about yourself.
Yeah, I knew I had a chance that another team would sign me, and I knew I had a chance that eventually I was going to tell my side of the story, which nobody else gave me a chance. That's why I thank y'all for giving me a chance to actually defend myself and defend my name in this country, because I don't want to walk around here with lies on my name. You know what I'm saying? So that's not good. And things like that, they travel to other countries. It can mess with other people careers and things like that. That's
Yeah,
why,
and it's
that's
all
why it was
because
so
social
personal to me.
media. It was all
Yeah.
it's all because of social media, right? Like right now, we can do this interview and somebody can see it. I don't know in Germany, and and that's true. When you mess with somebody like in that way, it's hard because nowadays everything travels so fast.
Exactly.
And it can really affect you, not only here but in other parts of the world.
Exactly. And before we get into all this new season, your new team and all, I think that maybe Luis might agree with me on this. And this is a fan speaking. We enjoy a lot seeing you play here.
Yeah.
You have an incredible talent and you're an extremely fun player to watch. And it would be a huge tragedy that a false narrative were to lead you away from this league that, in our eyes, and we want to get your perspective of this, it's becoming a way more competitive league. Year after year, we're seeing the BSN to become a even greater league, and to not have the ability to have talents like yourself showcase your way of playing here. And we saw what you did with a very young team and new up and coming team. It would have been a shame. So that's why we wanted to give you this opportunity, because we expect to see you here, not just one more season, but hopefully a couple of more seasons. And now bringing the narrative of your new team, you're playing Manatí now. That was a very quick transition. You're coming to a new franchise also. What were your expectations? Did you know a little bit about the roster before
Yeah, and I
you
want to
joined
ask
them?
Sheldon too. Sorry to interrupt, but like, how was that? That had to be a chaotic day. Like, all right, like I got my
That
release.
had to be like a roller
Yeah,
coaster
that's
day.
I got my release, but I'm signing another contract, and I'm going to the court because I want to play today. Like,
It was crazy. I asked for my release that same day. They wanted me out of the apartment the next day, of course. Typical. Which I had no problem with. That same day I asked for my release, I had to drive to Manatee and sign a contract and play that same night. I didn't bring no. I didn't know I was playing, because I didn't know it was.
So you had no equipment.
I didn't bring
nothing.
no shoes, no tights, no socks. So I'm not even in my.
I saw you like what the shoes you were trying on, because I saw you like change shoes in the bench like 2 times. Like, did somebody lend you the shoes or somebody brought you shoes?
Clavel gave me some shoes. I'm a size 14. The shoes was a size 13.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Oh, whole size down.
oh
I
man.
didn't have my tights on, so I didn't feel like myself. I'm wearing a size 13 shoe. I'm coming straight from Carolina, so in traffic, it's like a 45-minute drive. I'm stiff. I did a couple AAU stretches on the side before the game, so but I really didn't care because at this point I just want to hoop.
Yeah.
Like, and Carolina didn't give me that chance. Like, I trusted them to put me back on the court when I was ready, and they told me to let them know when I was ready, and they didn't give me a chance to play. I came to Puerto Rico to play basketball, so in this case, I'm going to go to another team where I'm able to play the game that I love. I don't care about no record.
Exactly. I just want to
my
ball.
team's the worst team in the league. I'm just here to help the team win, and I just want to play basketball. So at this point, I'm happy as hell. So I don't care. So I put the size 13 shoes on. Size 13. My feet are busting on the court, like they are busting, bro. So. But I didn't care, man. I was just happy to play the game, and I was happy to grow and try to help the team win. And I mean, throughout the year, we almost had a chance to make the playoffs. So
Yep.
Yeah, and I always told everybody, Gabriel knows, throughout the year, I always told everybody, Manatí is like, yeah, you're going to say it's the bottom feeder because of the record. But if you only see the record, it's just going to be deceiving, because we went to Manatí's games. Like, we went to a lot of them because we know,
Yep.
people there. We know Jonathan. And like, the games, you were losing by 2-3 points, a lot of overtime losses. Manatí was a good team. The only problem is they didn't know how to close out games.
They dealt with a lot of injuries.
And
every import was injured.
exactly,
so,
you brought Greg Monroe. The second game he was injured. You brought Alfred Payton. He was playing great, got injured. Alex Morales, he was coming into himself. He was getting his groove in the BSN. As a rookie, he was gonna be the rookie of the year if he didn't got injured. That's for sure. He got injured too. And it's like, plus you had pieces that weren't here. Like, you had Jordan Howard that was playing in Italy. You had Givian Jackson. He was playing in Spain and I think Belgium. So you had a lot of problems, and not only besides those problems, you were having breakout seasons from Isaac Sosa and from Chris. So it was like people might have saw the record and think that they were the bottom feeders, but for real, it was just an unlucky team. If Manatee had their luck, had luck going their way for a couple of shots and a couple of those close games, you might have been the ones playing in the tiebreaker.
Yep.
You might be the ones playing the tiebreaker to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, in my first couple of games, I think the first game I played, Sosa played. After that, Sosa got hurt. I don't know if people remember or not. So I played the next couple of games.
And Chris,
one of the best shooters in the BSN.
Down the stretch, Chris got hurt too,
so
for 2 games.
Up and downs, and like I said, you just gotta be blessed. You just learn from every situation, whether it's good or bad. So hopefully we can learn from that situation and coming into next year, we can bring a lot of healthy guys.
Exactly.
Bring a lot of healthy guys and compete and try to make the playoffs.
And how was like that transition? You had to move from apartments and obviously a different culture, different coach, different teammates. How did Manatee embrace you?
Oh man, they embraced me with open arms, love, respect, everything, man. They treated me well on and off the court. So I felt right at home as soon as I got there. Obviously the fan base is not the same as Carolina because it's a first year organization. But that's one thing I do miss about Carolina. Y'all fans was amazing, man. I appreciate the love and support. I always love and respect you guys for giving me the love that y'all gave me. So but it was love, man. I love where I'm at. I'm happy to help a team grow and learn and build, especially being the first year. So I'm happy to see the progress from year to year. So I'm here, man.
What about the progress of the league? If you've had 3 seasons in this league, was this one the toughest one, the most competitive season, or was it not?
My first year being last year, it was pretty competitive, man. I didn't know the league was that. Even I didn't know the locals was that good. Like,
Okay.
Like the Waters, and even some people off the bench, like they good. Obviously, the imports are always good, but it was a good league. But this year was definitely the most competitive. You know, you got so many NBA guys coming now, and you can only expect it to get even better next year because this league is like it's on the map now.
Yeah.
Especially after DeMarcus Cousins came, that's the biggest player ever to play in this league. I'm pretty sure. Nobody's
Like,
bigger than DeMarcus
Woj talked about us, you know.
Yeah.
Like I've been a fan of basketball since I can remember, and I've never in my life, I never thought that Adrian Wojnarowski was gonna tweet about the BSN.
BSN.
When I saw that, I was like, bro, we made it, you know.
We made it.
The basketball world knows who we are now, you know.
Yeah, so it's,
And like the basketball world knew the Puerto Rican players, you know, they knew JJ, they knew Carlos Arroyo, but like now they know about the league. They know that we have talent here, and that it's a tough league, you know. You have to come and compete.
this got to be the most NBA players ever to come through one season. To Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Even with the imports that left, like.
And when when we're talking about NBA players here, we've had NBA players before, but like the caliber of NBA players we have, like Hassan Whiteside, he was like the leading rebounder and leading blocker in the NBA, you know, when he was with Miami. So you bring that guy, he spent what 10 seasons in the league, solid seasons.
Yep.
You have Brandon Knight that at one point
Solid
he was
player.
going with Phoenix. He was like scoring 19.4 points per game, you know. DeMarcus, all-star player, you know, probably when he was around, he was considered the best center in the league, you know, before Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic and all those guys came along. So, you know, we're talking about people that they made a name for themselves in the NBA, and now they're playing here. You know, that's another thing that I never thought in my life, that I would go to Quebradillas and I would be walking down the court and Hassan Whiteside would be walking past me, you know. I thought that we were going to stay playing with the Mike Harris type of guys when he came.
Not to take any credit away from them, but
they're great players, but, you know.
But to have NBA caliber players, not in their washed years, like they're still very, very competitive ball players, to have them here, it's something that we never might have thought about. Mr. 60 piece, I gotta talk to you about that, because if I don't, I think the comment section will just harass me. Talk to me about that 60 piece night. How was that? What was the groove that you were feeling? And you scored all fourth quarter points.
27 points. 27
That's unreal.
Points. I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, you scored all your team points in the fourth quarter.
All Manatís points in the fourth quarter came by your hands.
You almost outscored the other team by yourself.
That's some Kobe shit right there.
For real.
Some Kobe shit right there.
That's tough. I mean, it was an unforgettable night, man. I'll never forget that night. I honestly didn't even feel like I had that many points until Jose Gutierrez came to me and said, "Yo, Mac, you got 53 right now." I said, "What?" I knew I had at least 36, close to 40. But I was so like
locked in,
zoned into the game, and like once we needed to win that game to like put pressure on the playoffs. So I was locked in from before the game. So once he told me I had 53, I was like, okay,
I'm going for it.
I'm gonna keep going. So I was just trying to stay aggressive, stay confident. My teammates also, you know, it wasn't just me. My teammates did a great job of getting me open. They set great screens for me, you know. So without them, I mean, the coaches believed in me. They gave me the ball.
Yeah, you were the hot hand. Like they were like, nah, give Sheldon the ball
to carry the game, and I have the confidence in myself as well from the work I put in before the season even starts. So, it was crazy, man. Like I didn't know I was tallying up that many points until Jose Gutierrez came to me and said you had 53, and then once they told me I had 58. And I had a chance to hold the ball for the last second. I said, "No, I'm gonna enjoy this moment. I'm gonna go get 2 more points."
And you're in the history books now.
Yeah, like I think that's books. Like either the third or that's like the third biggest scoring outburst in Puerto Rico. I think the other one is 65 and 70 and 70.
79 is wild.
79. I think it was.
80 almost.
Yeah, it's third. Yeah, there's a 65 and there's a 70 something. You know,
79.
Yeah, and you know that's wild.
79 is tough. Yeah, no.
Yeah, and there was with the 70 something, there wasn't a 3-point line. I think
that's a lot of twos.
Yeah, and And I think the one that did it, era Nestalizodo. Like I don't remember right now, like
No, acuerdo.
the name.
I don't
But
remember.
you
I'm
know, he was
checking.
a jump shooter too. He wasn't a center. Like he wasn't like getting hook shots over everybody. He was a jump
Exactly.
shooter. But yeah, like for real, like I was when I saw that, you know, I wasn't in the game, so I saw it when it came out in social media, and I was in another game, and I was like, yo, Sheldon Mac just
Refresh
got
your phone.
60 points, and I was like, what? And I was like, and not only that, he got all the 27 points in the fourth quarter. It was his, you know. It was something so surreal. I was like,
That's a
damn.
statement game.
Yeah,
That's a
for real,
statement game.
for real, you know.
And I was also hearing from the Carolina organization that I wasn't the same Mac from last year. I'm like, where? Like, I mean, where? Like, what are y'all seeing that? So that game just reminded me of, you know, I am who I am. I have the talent that I have. So I'm pretty sure after that game they realized, you know, it's the same Mac.
It was like, yeah, I'm still Mac.
I'm still that guy.
Still been the same Mac both seasons, and it's never gonna change because I put the work in. So
Man, like right now, you're going back to Houston. You're going back to see your family. What are the plans for Mac? You know, the rest of the year and probably next season. Like, what do you have in your future, your near and long term future?
I'm gonna go home in like 2 weeks. And obviously, enjoy my family, get some rest, get treatment. You know, get my body right, and start back working out. Get ready for whatever season I go to this next couple months, which I don't know where, but it'll be somewhere. And I'll be right back here in March, and whenever the season starts. I'm really only playing 2 places right now, honestly, man. I only play in Puerto Rico and Venezuela, so it looks like Venezuela is starting the same time as Puerto Rico, so I'm gonna have to pick and choose every year.
Exactly.
And from the looks of it, it's looking like a tough decision every year.
I'm gonna give our peach. I'm gonna the peach.
You're gonna throw the pitch?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
throw him a pitch.
Go ahead.
You know, Puerto Rico, bacalaitos, mofongo, great beaches,
Yellow rice.
great yellow rice. You know, great beaches,
Yeah,
sexy ladies.
Yep.
You know, I think that's a pretty good pitch if you ask me. You know,
Well, that's why it's my second year in a row. So
see, you know,
nine times
you
out
have
of 10 I'm gonna be here.
we have everything here, you know. If you want nightlife, there's nightlife. If you want, you know, to explore, you know, there's El Yunque, there's the beaches, you know. We have a little bit of everything. So I think that, and food, you know, hands down.
Food, you gotta. What's the area you gotta go to for food? Only in certain spots in Puerto Rico you go to for good food.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Those Pinos nice.
Yep.
That's because you haven't tried my dad's yellow rice. If you try my dad's yellow rice,
Hey, put me on.
you know, if you try my
putting it
dad's
down,
you know.
So try anything new.
Yeah, my dad, you know, he's a great cook, you know. So I'm gonna, when you come next year to Manatí, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna be like, yo, Mac, you know, my dad's making some yellow rice.
I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull over Luis. We're gonna be there.
Yeah, for real.
That sounds like a plan.
Trust
We
me,
gonna be there.
you're not gonna regret it. You know,
Say no more.
you're not gonna regret it.
Sheldon, we can't let you go without having your perspective of this year's playoffs.
Oh yeah.
We want to talk about that. We already have like our opinions, but we need your perspective as the player. I'm gonna name you the series, and you're gonna tell me what you think is gonna happen and your prediction. Let's start off with the Santurce and San Germán series. That's gonna be a tough matchup. What do you think is gonna happen between Santurce and San Germán?
I got San Germán in 6.
That's good. That's good.
I had San Germán in 6.
Details. San Germán in 6.
Yeah.
I had them in 6.
Yeah. I think I don't remember how I got them in 6, but probably I think I said it in 5. Yeah, I think I was talking with Villa and I said 5. Yeah.
Or you out. 4-2. That'll be 2 years in a row they beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because Santurce has Matias, they have Andújar, but San Germán is a much deeper rotation.
Yeah.
And it's a well-oiled machine.
Exactly.
You know?
The coach is a terrific defensive-minded coach. He knows how to make those adjustments.
Hey, my guy Rondé is a problem.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's a real problem.
Yep.
He's a real problem.
But Matias,
You know-
man, they gotta show Matias some love. Like he was in the MVP company. Like he had one of the best years.
Yeah, for real.
We have him as runner-up at the
we have him
MVP.
as runner-up. You know.
He got way better.
Yeah,
He's good,
yeah, for real.
And he don't get the respect and love that he should get. But
And I was telling everybody, like, when he played 3x3, you know, that I think that built up his confidence a lot and helped him, you know, come this season to do what he's done, you know, and break out the way he has. You know, right now he's the most improved player, and you know, it really hurt me to have to choose Brandon Knight as the MVP. But you know, looking at everything side to side, I had to choose Brandon because, you know,
yes,
he had the biggest impact with the team, you know. But Matias definitely,
yeah,
you know, runner up and
Matias,
deserving.
Then Gary.
Oh, that's a good
Gary.
pick.
Gary's
That's
yeah,
Gary went
Gary.
crazy this year.
Yeah,
Yup.
Gary was crazy.
Yeah, Gary went crazy this year.
We got your ex-team, the Giants and the Pirates. What do you think that series is going to look like?
I got the Pirates.
And how many games?
6, I think.
Damn, I'm the only one who picked them in 5.
Yeah, I think we picked them in 5.
Is
Yeah,
it-
I picked
it's
them
one
in
game,
5.
one game at home, one
Exactly.
game away, right?
Yeah.
Did we do that last year?
I think so.
yeah. I think it's here in Puerto Rico. It's always like
Yeah, the only
one game at
difference
home, one game
there's
in the
not
road.
so many rest days. It was almost like consecutive. Now they got like 2 days.
2 days.
Rest.
Yeah, this year is
between
like 2 days
games.
rest between games, and that's like I don't get it.
It's a longer play.
Yeah, it's not like you have to take a plane from Carolina to
Exactly.
Quebradillas. So, like, bro, you just hop on a bus and you know you go there.
Yeah, I got the Pirates. Got the Pirates in 6. I think Carolina get them 1 or 2 games at home.
Okay. We got the Mets and Arecibo. What you
Mets.
think? And how many?
Mets in 6.
Damn, I picked a sweep. I thought the Mets are gonna
Sweep?
sweep them.
It don't matter. The Mets gonna win.
Yeah, the Mets are gonna win.
And I'll be.
I told Luis if Arecibo is going to win one, it's gonna be on their home court.
Yeah.
I don't think
be
they
on
got the depth to go to Guaynabo and take that crowd away from them and win a ball game. I don't think so.
Yeah, and Omar Gonzalez, he's been, you know,
Yeah, Guaynabo said
that's my coach of the year right there. You know, Omar
yeah.
in Guaynabo, he's my
All
coach
the
of the
coaches
year.
they went through, boy.
Yeah.
They went through coaches just like changing draws.
Yeah, for real.
They was going through coaches crazy.
This next matchup has like 2 faces. We gotta go through the tiebreaker game that's gonna happen tomorrow between Ponce and Mayagüez. Who wins that tiebreaker?
At Mayagüez,
You got the game's at Mayagüez, but you got
Ponce
a
has
team
9 straight
that has
wins.
9 straight
I
wins.
know everybody keeps saying that. I'm going to go Mayagüez.
It's
Damn,
that's
that-
different
that
to what
one
we
hurt.
thought. Yeah.
They like
He's
shit.
he's a Ponce fan. He's a Ponce fan.
I was born in Ponce, so I'm a
Yeah.
Lions fan, and that hurt. That hurt. Damn it.
They like the 2015-16 Warriors at home. They really don't lose at home, man. That's just San Germán. They might lose against San Germán.
Either
Yeah.
okay, so you picked Mayagüez, so if they win, they're going to face Bayamón. How does that series look like?
I got Bayamón winning the whole thing, but go ahead.
You got the whole thing. Okay.
Experience, poise, resiliency, everything.
Okay, so who's gonna face
Championship
Bayamón
DNA.
at the finals?
The Pirates.
Okay, so you got the 2 best records facing off.
I have the
Okay.
2 best teams facing off.
Okay, good point. Good point. Good point. And how many games This is a way early prediction, guys. He has every right to
Every way.
Yeah.
I got y'all picks. I got my picks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be coming in
Guys,
my
every right.
DMs
This is
talking-
way early.
Talking shit
Yeah.
later about. That's who I think gonna win.
Okay, and how many games are
Who wins
Bayamón
and
winning?
how many games exactly?
Against Mayagüez?
No,
against the
and
Pirates.
the final-
Your
the finals,
finals is
yeah.
the Pirates.
Oh, against the
and-
Pirates.
yeah.
Nah, that'll definitely go to 7. Most definitely.
Sign me up for that. That'd
Yeah.
be an awesome.
It'd be a great
matchup.
finals matchup. Yes.
7
The
games.
matchups, matchups are important in playoffs. Like,
Nah.
it's important.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that would be an interesting finals because I want you to know if you agree with me on this. The Pirates play a lot of half-court offense. Meanwhile, Bayamón likes to pick up the pace. So it'd be like a chess match. Like how both coaches are going to try to provoke certain situations, look for the correct plays, and try to manage the tempo to their style of play. Because obviously Whiteside is somebody who likes to dominate the game from the post, but Bayamón doesn't have that big man. But from the perimeter, they're all lethal guys. They're all lethal scorers, especially their point guard now, Angel Rodriguez. They like to pick up the pace. That's why I'm thinking that would be a very interesting
they have
final.
Angel Rodriguez and they have Javi Gonzalez coming off the
Except
bench.
because you got two offenses.
Yeah, both great
But
guards
don't
and pushing
sleep
the
though.
pace.
My what's his name? The center. No, yes. Wiley is a
Wiley,
problem.
Nah,
yeah,
that's a
Wiley's a
problem.
problem.
Motor, he's not scared of anything. He's not scared. He's gonna go at whoever. He's gonna play
He's
hard.
a problem.
And if
He's the
he's
hardest playing player in the BSN by far.
He's a problem in both ends of the
And if
court,
he
man.
can get inside Whiteside's
Yeah.
head, that could cause a lot of havoc.
Yeah, and like he's scoring the ball now. Jumpers, runners, fadeaways. So if he's scoring, it's gonna be tough, even tougher to beat Bayamon.
And they have my X factor, Steven Thompson.
The best shooter in the BSN.
Right
Hands
now.
down. I
he's
had this
the
conversation
best-
with Devin on my live. The best shooter in the BSN.
Yeah, and like the best shooter in Puerto Rico right now. We need him in for the World Cup. So.
If he's scoring, you're not beating Bayamon.
No,
it's
for real.
impossible. It's
That's
impossible.
for real. He's the X factor. When they get him off the curtain,
Yeah.
that's automatic.
Automatic.
There's
and if
no.
he's open, you might as
Yeah.
well just run down court
Yeah.
and call your play for the next.
To me, that's the X factor.
Damn, I was gonna be very disappointed in us. We forgot to ask him those light fun questions.
I was gonna,
Exactly.
I was gonna tell him about it.
What?
Right
Yeah,
now.
we have a tradition with all of our guests here. So we ask couple of light questions just to have a little fun with them and try to pick their mind or see a little bit about their routine. Because this is the first question we do to every of our guests. Do you consider yourself a superstitious guy? And if it's a yes, with what? With what are you superstitious about?
I used to be superstitious, man.
Like you got a special pair of sneakers, shorts.
Nah, it's not. It's not. It's like it's
do
weird, man. Like, yo, it just depends on how I play one
Okay.
game. Like if I do certain stuff, like if I go eat at this restaurant and I play good, I might go eat at that restaurant again.
Really?
I might go eat at that restaurant again next game until
Until you have a
have
bad
an
game,
off
you're
game.
not stopping.
Yeah, then I'll go to do something. It'd be weird stuff like that, but it'll change. Maybe it'll be a restaurant, or maybe it'll be where I got gas from. I'm telling you, it's I'm
Wow.
telling
I think this is the first time.
Yo, it's
yeah,
crazy.
First
somebody
time I've heard
told
that.
some- Yeah,
Yeah.
because we've had people talk about like wearing like beat up sneakers.
Exactly. Or a special pair of socks
exactly.
or some
you. Yeah,
wristband.
those
that's a
are
lucky
those are
wristband.
normals though. Those are the normals.
Yeah,
shirts.
yeah.
Mine's are like all over the place.
For
Like,
real.
if I wear
like-
like a certain shirt before a game, or a certain warm-up shirt, and I play good, I play well, I'm wearing that same warm-up shirt next game.
I think
Wow,
I think I saw that. I think I
Yeah.
saw that with the red,
With the red
USA
USA
shirt. Yeah,
I
yeah.
told you.
Yeah,
True.
I saw it.
That's
I
true.
saw it because we were talking
Yo.
before a game and you had that shirt.
Yep.
And after that, I was watching a game in the TV and you had that shirt too.
Yeah,
and I was
that's
like,
The
whoa.
game I had 60.
I
The game
think,
I had
I
60
think we
points. I had
saw.
that.
I think we saw you with that shirt like
Yeah,
two
the-
games.
well,
the
yeah.
last time we saw you at home, you were warming up
you
with that
warming
shirt.
up with it. Yeah.
I stuck with it. See,
Okay.
but I'm not too big on
Hey,
it.
somebody said he ate green apples before a game.
Yeah, I will. That must be a Carolina person.
Yeah, it says
Angel.
Angel JC. Yeah, Angel
JC.
JC.
Yeah, I used to eat green apples before a game.
Yeah, okay, but for real, right now, from all the people we've had here, Mac's winning in the superstition category.
Yep.
He's winning for sure.
Yep.
We ask about your playlist. What's your play? Everybody has different type of music that they like to listen to. Almost all the people we've had here, they really like to listen to like this trap rap music. Like
Yeah.
really.
What's your pre-game playlist?
Yeah, what's your pregame
I
playlist?
listen to rap. I like, that giddy up, get me hype music. But I also listen to Eladio because he
Ooh,
put me in a song. That's my guy, Eladio. I listen to Ozuna. Yeah, Brian Myers.
Okay.
Ooh, but
Nice.
I definitely
Eladio.
listen to Eladio before every game.
Yeah, nah, like that's for real.
Oh,
Like,
that's fire. though.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
fire.
We've had a lot of people say they listen to Mike Towers,
Yeah,
but
Mikey.
Eladio.
I don't have
he's-
Mikey in my playlist, but Mikey, I heard some of his music. It's love.
Yeah,
it's love.
but Eladio, he has just the words. Oh my
yeah, he got the
god.
words.
Yeah,
When he put me in a song, I was like, man, that's love.
those bars are
right,
are
yeah.
something else.
And
for
that's
real.
coming from a guy from Macau, so that you gotta give him props for that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite pair of sneakers that to hooping? Like, what's that pair of sneakers that you're like, man, that's the best ones I've hooped in?
The sneakers I had last year was the best sneakers I had. The PlayStation
PGs.
PGs.
Nice.
Oof.
I messed them up, man. The way I played, the way I cut, like every pair of shoes, I just messed up. Like I don't know what it is. Like the way I plant and the way I try to cross people is just my shoes just mess up. But those shoes right there, like I'm guaranteed to feel good before the game. I don't even feel like I have shoes on. Like it's perfect. I just can't find another pair because they're so old.
Exactly. I think those were like the PG ones, right?
No, but
PG ones are two.
I think every year that they've released a PG,
exactly,
they made a PlayStation.
I remember a colorway that was like a gray colorway.
Gray.
Yeah,
exactly.
but the ones are the most popular ones.
Yeah, the
too.
ones I had they were dark blue. I wore them every day.
Okay.
I don't care about like fitting in with new shoes. I want shoes that's comfortable for my feet.
Exactly.
That feel good on my feet that I know I'm going.
That you know
play
you're gonna ball in them. You know.
I don't care about getting the newest shoe out or the colorway or none of that, man. I'll wear a shoe from 1996 if it fit my feet well.
Exactly.
I don't try to fit in with everybody else, man. I do my own thing. I make sure I'm comfortable for the game. I make sure I'm well fitted, well grown for the game, so I can play well. That's all that matters.
They say if you feel good, if you look good, you're gonna play good.
Exactly.
Even though this one time I didn't play good.
Yeah, you were like, I feel good, I look good, but shit, man, I
don't know what happened.
Didn't play good.
Not playing good, man. It's one of them games. It happens.
Everybody has off nights, you know.
Yeah, everybody have off.
We have to cut them some slack.
Yeah,
you know.
Not gonna kill every game.
Yeah, like for real, we're really grateful for your time. We're really grateful you made it out here. We hope to see you next year. If it's with Manatí, it'd be great. If it's with any other team in the BSN, it'd be great because, like Gabriel said, having you in the league, you know, is a plus. You know, having your talent, having your skills is a plus. It doesn't matter if it's in Manatí or in any other team. And for real, we appreciate that you took out of your day to come over here to Guaynabo. For those of you who doesn't know, you know, Sheldon's staying a little bit, you know, it's not that far away, but it's like a good 30, 40 minutes away. So, yeah, we thank you a lot since day one in the court. You know, when we approached you, you were really approachable, you know, charismatic. So, thank you, you know, from Sazón Deportivo to you. You always have, like, the doors open here if you ever want to come talk to us or whatever you want to do, you know, you have the doors open here.
For sure. I appreciate y'all for having me, for giving me a chance to defend my name in Puerto Rico because nobody else gave me a chance to defend my name. So I appreciate y'all for doing that. Carolina fans, I love y'all to death. Manatí, I love y'all. So shout out my boy Luis, my guy. I met Luis on the beach. We do massages, so if anybody want a massage.
Oh,
he's the guy.
We got Luis here,
guy.
you
Yeah,
know.
that's my
I don't know if the I don't know the camera. Oh yeah, here's Luis's camera. There's Luis.
My
everybody.
guy.
Ooh. Sheldon, if you wanna give out your socials so anybody can follow you, you know, on the socials.
My Instagram is Smac SMAC for Sheldon Mac. My Twitter is Sheldon Mac with 2 C's. And that's all I really have, man. I don't really be on nothing else. I just be on Instagram and Twitter. So if y'all want to follow me on there, then that's cool.
Gao, your socials.
Instagram, Twitter, _GZ9. We're always there.
Y para todos los que quieran, ¿verdad? Seguir a Sazón Deportivo, búsquenos en Facebook como Sazón Deportivo con acento en la O de Sazón. En Instagram estamos como Sazón_Deportivo. En Twitter estamos como Deportivo Sazón. En TikTok estamos como Sazón Deportivo todo corrido. Y si les gustó este contenido, denle like al video, suscríbanse al canal, denle a la campanita para cada vez que tengamos un nuevo contenido, un nuevo entrevistado o un nuevo video hablando de lo que sea que esté pasando en el mundo del deporte, se enteren primero con nosotros. Y recuerden que en Sazón Deportivo siempre tenemos tu receta deportiva favorita y le ponemos siempre un poquito de sabor a tus deportes. Nos fuimos, corillo.
Adiós.